Dr.
Uh,
Joshi garu.
Hello to everyone. Because if we, it's very when we look into the definition of swastha, as you mentioned, sir, the sama is the same equivalence, balance is beginning with the dosha, but it is not just ending with the dosha. The reason why, because if you look into the samadosha and sama agni, the agni is playing a major role in the middle because it's connecting to the somatic level and then to the psychic level, or the things like, say, for example, the dosha level to the dhatu level. Because the functional aspect of dosha, when it is balanced initially, as a relatively healthy person, is easy what we intervene, and then day to day, whatever the food and regimen and everything will work. But say, for example, when it comes to the level, as you mentioned, like congenital anomalies to the defects already is being born, and then it cannot be balanced by just by the dosha balance. The reason why, because after the dhatu, the atma, manas, and indriyam, because the chitta is connected with that aspect of that atma, because it's a carryover, as it is a seed carrying into a new life. So the imprint is already there. So the imprint is already there, and hence the balancing the dosha by at this level is not minimizing the risk of getting into cancer, because the seed is there already there in the chitta level. So whatever the cause and effect theory is working, but then we have within our limits to understand that the agni as a balance, because the mala has to eliminate out, because it's a sharira, the sharira, they, the sharira, indriya, sattva, atma. This is what a sequence of combinations,
Correct.
and looking from that, the looking from that the physical component of balancing with the doshas by the interventions, the agni is connecting the dhatu and doshas while eliminating the malas,
Malas.
and hence bringing the back the restoration of the swastha. What I feel, but then it has to be other people to interact, and then we'll talk about.
Perfect, sir. Thank you very much, Dr. Joshi. So just uh, not a problem, one question that I would have, then counter question for this is, what do you define as health? See, merely absence of certain physical ailment, is it disease, or what is the swasthanam then the Taittiriya Upanishad is talking about, isn't it? So if the prakriti is, I mean, without any congenital anomalies, let's assume that if a person has no congenital anomaly, and based on certain parameters we say he's healthy, but what is health then? According to Ayurveda, they've used not the word arogya. That's why I again use this. The Maharshis have not used the word arogya. No, they have used the word swasthyam. Swasthyam, again, going by the, not just the Taittiriya Upanishad, but also the Saraswatam grammar, sir, one of the school of Sanskrit grammar. What he mentions is swasthanam shiryate. The word, again, shiryate is a sharira, is a shiryate. So, but there are again five sharira, three shariras and five koshas: annamaya, pranamaya, manomaya, vijnanamaya, anandamaya koshas, and sthula sukshma karana shariras. So now, what is the swasthanam? Is has to be defined, because swa, again, the word swa itself means atmasthanam. So that is why, again, if you look at these two tracks, yoga and Ayurveda, yoga sama uchyate. There also the word sama is spoken. But what is sama there? Yoga chitta vritti nirodha. In yoga, chitta vritti elimination, because the moment you have the chitta vrittis, you become prejudiced and biased, and hence you are obstructing the divine flow. You're not in connection with God, pretty much like yoga. But in Ayurveda, how the rishis are helping everyone to attain this state is by balancing these three doshas. Once these dosha dhatu samyam is achieved, as you rightly mentioned, sir, not rightly, I'm not even learned to comment on that, but then as I feel that dosha dhatu samyam is achieved, and how is it achieved? Why are they? See, ultimately, what I feel is the dhatu is a transformation or translation of the dosha itself, isn't it? Because, and the Panchamahabhutas are translated into the doshas are translated into dashas and everything else. Even the mala, for that matter, has again doshas only. Panchamahabhutas only are there in the mala also. So because the mala, the same mala gets transformed into a fruit when it is consumed by a plant. So the mala is actually not a mala. Then what is arogya? The original state, as mentioned in the Taittiriya Upanishad or Saraswatam grammar, is the state in which a person, an individual, is devoid of all the all the chitta vrittis, the 5 types of vrittis as spoken by Patanjali Maharshi, and that is the original state. And this is achieved in Ayurveda through balancing these 3 vata pitta kapha doshas, is what I'm postulating, sir.
Metaphysical level, philosophical level of explanations about the restoration is different to the point of physiological level of restoration of health. Swastha means, you see, swastha, to bring it back into the original position, like bringing the back Agni from the Tikshna Agni to the Mandagni to the Samagni level, based on that individual constitutional variations. What we have like 7 constitutional variations,
Sure.
And then within the 7 constitutional variations, whether I have my Vata Agni, then I have to bring to my level of Vata Agni. What Ayurveda prefers that, the frequent small meals which suits you, rather than having 2 big meals will suit you. So restoration, yes, restoration of the swastha of sama, dosha, agni, and that is the sequence to begin with. So we balance first the doshas because relatively is healthy, that's easy. Then when the things like srotas, kavaigunya occurs in the dhatus are stabilized because there is no momentum in it. The momentum is with the only vata is there. This is the reason why pitta pangu, kapha pangu, phangavo maladatava. Because the vata is there as an initial momentum. That's what it's beginning as a curse. It's like if you consider the halcyon water as a dhatus completely, 7 dhatus in the water, but then the waves, ripples which are coming out is the doshas. They are just raising out from the physiological state in the functional units to which restore by themselves. So it is to pull back into that dhatu level of the restoration with the momentum initiated, understanding the momentum level as you mentioned that, what are the action potential triggerings at the different levels, units in the cellular means to understand from ATP based. So that fixation can be easily brought when you say that the swastha is like Agni to be in the swastha, Dhatu to be in the swastha, Mala to be in the swastha. Reason why? Because completion of the formation, until then it has to be eliminated out. So there is a process of elimination that restores the Mala until it gets out. So though the Mala is a waste, but then waste has function as well. Because this is what the kleda as a means of a function from the restoration of the skin to the kidneys, which are helping not to damage this alveol, what is that, glomeruli, because the water can damage, as a course, reverse damage the the earth. So this is a functional unit of the restoration from the Agni to the Dhatu to the Mala to the, then the Atma, Manas and Indriyas are also equally important, because because the doshas are not limited to the body. Rajas and Tamas are there. So it is the Vata Pitta Kapha and Rajas and Tamas. Because the Vata Pitta Kapha is so balanced. Then I mentioned that somebody is very angry, irritant, and no matter, it's a nature. But this nature of this aggravation always putting in imbalance into these doshas to course through the dysfunctional disfigurement of the cellular level. So the disfigurement, until it will not occur in the microcapillary level, is not the dhatus disturbed. So the microcapillary disturbances, as you mentioned, like exchanges like extravascular or intravascular to the extracellular to the intracellular, this component balance as homeostasis is the dhatu balance. So that from doshas can bring that dhatu balance on themselves, or by correcting the dhatus by the nutritional level, that we can compete the dosha input, like the waves hitting to the shore is minimized because the shore becomes stronger, then it can withstand the waves. Whatever the imbalances in the wave, vata, pitta, kapha occur, it does not damage the microcapillary level. So this the whole system, whatever the 42 organs, is filled with this functional units, which is called srotas. So the srotas balance in the 4 levels, what Ayurveda understood, Sangha, whatever Ati Praviti, Sangha, Siranam, Gandhi, Vimarga, Gamana, these 4 units, then when you restore that, the doshas will not produce any imbalances, or it is the hetu, the reasons, whatever the doshas aggravate will not produce the disharmony and disease developed, because the Srotas is compatible, and then it can withstand that threshold, the pressures. So we have to think in these levels of the doshas means coming from the Vata Pitta level, and then to the intervening, we have to find the quantifications as we understand that from ATP level or mitochondrial level or free radical level or whatever the level, to understand the Agni. This is subtle aspects of Soma Agni. It's an ultimately is only two divisions.
Correct,
The
yes.
Soma component, which is connected to the Kapha and as well as to the Ojas, and that is most important for the immunology. So as long as the Ojas is balanced, and no matter what extent this Tejas will come as a free radicals will not damage the cellular level. This is the reason why the Ojas is very important in Ayurveda.
Sure.
So coming from that rasa level, which is an equivalent to the restoration of the Ojas, because it is the essence of the nutritional transport. So all these means of Samadosha, Samagnisha, Samadhatu, Malakriya, and then coming to the psychological components or spiritual components of restoration, like Daiva Vyapashraya Chikitsa is there, Sattva-Vajaya Chikitsa for mind modulations is there. So for spiritual Chittavrittis, it's Daiva Vyapashraya Chikitsa. And then the Yukti Vyapashraya comes for restoration of the doshas, where Panchakarma or cleansing methods, and then to restore. So this complexity, of course, it's a great work we have initiated to quantify this basic level of the doshas into the cellular understanding, and that will help a lot to further progress into the continuation of the complete restoration of the health in physiological basis rather than metaphysical. Of course, it's a yoga is a philosophical basis of restoration. So this is my simple, humble, little opinion.
Oh, thank you very much, sir. That's a great opinion. So I would want to again further then give another insight into how we found a tissue remodeling happening by altering the dosha components. Literally, because the Vata Pitta Kapha, if the tissues are, okay, the Ayurvedic tissues should be completely delinked with the tissue understanding of the allopathy, definitely, and because when we say an organ, it is comprised of a dhatu, dosha, srotas, and also rakta, and you have to consider various things. But what we observed was by just altering the dosha component, even the tissue gets remodeled. That is why this experiment in which I demonstrated how in a post MI scenario, see, we created a MI, myocardial infarction, by electrocoagulating the LAD. LAD is the left anterior descending artery that is supplying about 60% of the heart with the blood and nutrients. And we just open the chest, because we are given a lot of rats in our immunology. I mean, I'm a cardiac surgeon basically, so we had a lot of chance in working with these rats and in the fundamental biology level as well. So we open the chest. Immediately you find the LAD. You just use the the electric knife that the surgeons use. We cut off the LAD. So immediately 60% of the heart tissue is cut off from the blood supply. And this is called as a widow's artery, because this artery, if it gets clogged, you have just 5 minutes. The golden 5 minutes is what most of the cardiologists and cardiac surgeons speak about across the world. But what we did was, when we give those VPK balance, we of course, yeah, with your insight and with your input, I feel that we need to create more models. Now we'll create more models. What we did was, we first quantified the Vata Pitta Kapha imbalances created because of MI, and we quantified the Samana based on a certain algorithm called as the heart rate variability. We were able to quantify the amount of Samana Vata that got vitiated, the Sadhaka Pitta that got vitiated, and also the Avalambaka Kapha that got vitiated. And we only supplied these three. Of course, the other baseline nutrients were provided, but we chose foods and the formulation, of course, we use the same, those herbs that are given in Charaka Samhita. and we supplied perorally, not just we didn't even inject them. We just gave perorally, and we found within less than 2 weeks, entire tissue remodeling occurs. Not only the tissue remodeling, but also even before the tissue remodeling, cell signaling changes. Because we created three models, three groups. One group was subjected to MI, and we let it, let the MI, we gave all these nitroglycerin and all the drugs that are given in allopathy to in an MI scenario. In the second group, we created an MI. 15 animals were there, 15 viscous strain rats. We cut off the LAD and then started feeding these animals with Vata Pitta Kapha balancing herbs and nutrients. The third group was actually pre-treated with these herbs that we gave them in the second group. We pre-treated. What we found was, in the first group, it followed the classic immunology pathway that is given in the books. That is what we found. That's what we find, that a typical scar tissue at the end of the 14th day. But then once you supply the heart with these Vata Pitta Kapha balancing herbs and also nutrients, if you're able to quantify them, what we found was tissue remodeling occurs. We found CD133 cells, CD90 cells, CD45 cells in the blood of those animals, and they got CD90 cells produce angiogenesis. On the day 5, we have beautiful slides of, I could show that, it's in another PowerPoint, but then beautifully we were able to see how angiogenesis happens. On the day 5, we saw a lot of blood vessels coming up in the in the necrotic area. The entire mass of heart tissue that got damaged was scavenged. I also got an insight as to how the body beautifully leaves its moha of the old cells and immediately gives that signal to the bone marrow. The bone marrow then produces appropriate number of CD133 cells, and these CD133 cells get recruited at the site of the tissue injury and they grow back the heart. So this tissue remodeling is what has helped me, from my understanding, has helped me say that, it's, of course, Dhatu Samyam is required. But once you restore the Dosha Samyam, the VPK balance, the Dhatus automatically get programmed to actually scavenge all that is not required by the body and to assimilate all that is required by the body. That was my insight, sir.
Thank you. Interesting.
Thank you very much.